All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to another edition of the Diggie A2 podcast. I'm your host, Rob D, BKA Rob Diggie, aka Rob D, and the place to be. Now, as you all can see in my background, is paying homage to the one that we're going to be talking about in this particular episode in season 3, which is the new golden era. And this gentleman had a huge part in the new golden era, and that is Percy Miller, aka Master P. And I gotta say it one time. I gotta get it one time out my soul, man. So I'm excited. I got my No Limit shirt on, No Limit background, and No Limit did so much for hip hop and Southern hip hop in particular that I had to reach out and get a very, very special guest. In fact, this brother is a No Limit alumni. He's taking time out of his busy schedule to come on and talk with me, to pay homage to P, and I'm going to bring this brother in. He needs no introduction for what his contributions have been to hip hop, and this is, you all, Mr. Young Bleed himself in the building. So Young Bleed, my brother, what's good? Talk to the people, man. What's happening?
Oh, man, I'm chilling like a villain, man, keeping it going on, keeping it going strong, man. Once again, it's an honor and a pleasure you having me back on, man. I really appreciate that. And definitely the salute to Master P and No Limit, man. That's real speed, real talk, real walk right there, man. So
salute, man. No, thank you, brother. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm presenting to you all Young Bleed. This is a No Limit alumni on the show with me right now. This is major. This is kind of major right now. You know what I mean? So, but first, what I'm gonna do, Bleed, is I'm gonna run down some accolades about P first, and then we're gonna jump into our discussion. So, you guys, if you all did not know, Master P built No Limit with $10,000 in his pocket and built an empire, one of the very first empires in hip hop. So I got some huge stats here to lay out for y'all real quick. Master P is a one-time American Music Award winner. He was presented last year at the BET Hip Hop Awards with the I Am Hip Hop. I think it was the Lifetime Achievement Award last year. So the four albums that we're going to be talking about in this particular time period from 1995 to 1999 are the ones you see behind me. So the first one up is, actually you don't see the first one. First one is Ice Cream Man, released in April 96. Platinum sales that had Ice Cream Man, Break 'Em Off Something, No More Tears, Bout It Part 2. And then there was the I'm Bout It soundtrack, which was Young Bleed was a part of that as well. Released in May of 1997, has the meal ticket, What You Think, How You Do That, If I Could Change, Mia X song, Much Love, and Ride For You, a 3-time platinum album released from the label. And then he released Ghetto D or Ghetto Dope, released in September 1997. That one had Ghetto D, I Miss My Homies, Make Up Say his signature song, Pass the Green. And my favorite song, or one of my favorite songs of P, was the very last song on that album, which was Burbis and Lax. That's one of my favorite ones. 3 times platinum, 4 mics from the Source magazine. And then he released The Last Dawn in June of 98, which is his most successful album as a solo artist. 4 times platinum, double disc back in the day for him, Bleed. He got Till We're Dead and Gone with Bone Thugs, Thinking About You and Mia X, Ghetto Love. And then the last one was released in October 99, which was Only God Can Judge Me, which was a double platinum album. Now, one of the most important significant numbers I want to throw out to our listeners is the number 57. This man and No Limit released 57 albums in the 5 years between 1995 to 1999, and in the covenant year of hip hop, 1998, his No Limit label released 24 albums. All of them had at least 100,000 in sales. This man is a legend in regards to hip hop entrepreneurship. There's no denying that. So, getting all that stuff out the way, Bleed, my first question to you, my brother, is what is Master P's significance to hip hop in your eyes?
Oh, man. I say it like this. I always tell him, I say, man, you one of the greatest entrepreneur words that I know, man, as far as his business ethics and his work ethic, man, is incredible. I had a chance to work with him a few times in and out the studio and just being around. So definitely for the South, man, and into the world, man. You're definitely a guy to be reckoned with, and you can't overlook and oversee in that sense of the word. So yeah, just so many thoughts come to mind, bro. But phenomenal work ethic, man. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think that when you were there, I just think of the roster of talent that he had at that time when you were there. It's just
Yo,
unprecedented. I mean, Mr. Swerve on, Skullduggery, Mia X. He, if you all didn't know, he was able to sign Snoop Dogg, which was the biggest free agent signing of a hip hop star at that time. There was no way that Snoop was gonna leave No Limit, and
yeah,
leave Death
yeah,
Row, and he went to No Limit. Like it's just crazy what this man has done. Mystical. I mean, the list goes.
yeah.
Cain and Abel. Like I can go on and on and on and on. Young Bleed. I mean, come on now. Like this man built that roster that was unprecedented. So Bleed, what do you think about those times when you were with the label? What are some of your favorite memories from you in your No Limit days?
Oh man, actually, my signing, going from Baton Rouge and to California and signing with Priority Records in the summer of '97, right when the Body movie and soundtrack was bubbling. I was blessed and honored to be a part of that. And just, from that, the rest was history, man. We shot the How You Do That there video. No one really kind of gave me the concept of what it was gonna be. I knew what I wanted it to be from a street hood, and thought I'd probably shoot it, locally in my town, just to show my uprise. But once they grabbed a hold of it and Priority put their hands into it, I went to sleep one night in California, woke up in Malibu. I woke up to Malibu the next day. I believe it was in Malibu. And we shot the video. Rest in peace to Tiny, Zeus, Debo Lister, man.
No doubt, no doubt.
That's the day I met him. So I woke up to a phenomenal day, man. Maybe a Saturday morning or something. And it was a raft that we had to use to get to the yacht. You know what I mean? A mansion, a Bentley. So everything was right there that to put that video together and as big as it became, a bus, 3 buses full of girls and everything. So Dom Perignon in the morning. So being about 22, 23 years old, that was mind blowing for me all in a day. You know what I'm saying? And we shot that video in one day. And like I say, having the honor to meet Debo, man, and him being a part of it, let me know things was real, as well as getting off the plane in California for the first time and walking in them doors in Priority, all on the strength of P, man. So shouts out here again, P, man, and No Limit.
Doubt, man. No doubt. That's a lot to take in for a 23-year-old young man. You know what I mean? That's a lot to take in. You know what I mean? And I think that's dope, man. That's dope. I don't have any grand stories like that. You know what I mean? I'm just a I was just a young cat trying to find my way into this business. You know what I mean? But I'm a huge fan of P. My favorite album of his actually is Ghetto Dope. That was one of my favorite. To me, that was his signature album. To me, I love the I'm About It soundtrack too. So to me, they're both like on equal playing field. But Ghetto D to me was when I think the world took notice of Master P and No Limit when Ghetto D came out, because that was what Make 'Em Say I Miss My Homies. Like those are big songs, and that's what really took Master P and No Limit to the stratosphere. So my next question, Bleed, is when did you know as a No Limit artist that you were part of something bigger than yourself? When did you come to that realization as an artist or being a part of the movement? Like when did you look around and say, damn man, like this is some big shit I'm a part of right now? Like when did that realization sink in for you?
Them first early trips to California.
Yeah.
I wouldn't smoke, I wouldn't drink. Everything was going so fast. So it was maintaining myself, staying focused and not getting ahead of myself. Yeah. So just that bigger than life, everything I had kind of saw on TV from the Hollywood sign to the stars on Hollywood Boulevard, it was all around me, man. So grasping that so fast, getting only a break to go to the top of the roof and think of what decision I was going to make, what I was going to sign, not going to sign. All that was happening at the same time. And the break part, we would see people making movies on the side of the street. You know what I mean? We thought was real life incidents to the cut and everybody, you don't see the audience. Everybody a few feet away is clapping.
Yeah.
So that whole introduction to California for me, California roots, but I didn't start going out there till like the late 90s.
Yeah.
Other than family. So that whole that whole uprising, man, was just like I say, it's mind blowing. Overall, and just walking in the Hall of Priority, and you see the NWA plaques, you see the Chronic plaque, you see Jay-Z Reasonable Doubt. Let me know, yeah, this bigger than me. I'm really in the game, and from there, I never look back.
That's
Yeah,
what's up, man. That's an incredible story, man. And I just love, to be honest with you, Bleed. I just like listening, sitting back and listening to your stories, man.
yeah, right
I like
on.
listening to your stories, man, because you got so many of them. Because you've been in the game so long, like, and you worked under Master P, and you were there at the pinnacle years of when they were the most famous and made the most money, and it's just
That's
a crazy, incredible ride, and an incredible story that Master P was able to provide for hip hop and provide for Southern hip hop in particular, because I'm from the South as well, and we all knew about P before he was P. Like, he was Mr. Ice Cream Man. I remember listening to Ice Cream Man on the radio. We were like, man, who is this dude, man, talking about ice cream or whatever, and not knowing putting the correlation together that he was talking about, selling drugs. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I didn't put those two
yeah,
together as a young tyke. But down the
yeah.
road, I'm like, oh, okay, that's what he meant. Okay, now I
That's what
got
I'm
it. But
talking about.
we were like, who this dude, man? Like, but it's
Yeah,
so crazy to fast
yeah,
forward now in 2021 and still give P his flowers as he's here, because he opened up so many doors for so many
yeah,
individuals, man. So
yeah,
um,
man.
so with that in mind, Bleed, just give the audience a little bit about what is something that you pulled from P to bring to your entertainment business now. So in regards to Master P, you mentioned his work ethic. So what about his business acumen? What are some of those things, those traits that you pulled from him to pull into your entertainment biz now?
Well, when I'm saying work ethic, I'm really speaking both ways.
Yeah,
Um, Maybe even more less as an artist. You see what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
And him being more of a businessman, controlling the ship, keeping everything in order, and getting these records out to the public on a mass scale, at an alarming rate. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Just seeing that part of being serious about business. Nobody was clowning around. If you walked into, I describe it like this. When I first walked into the No Limit office on Carpet Boulevard when they was based out of Baton Rouge, it looked like a Muslim classroom to me. You see what I'm saying? At the
yeah,
table, everybody was with a pen and pad, rocking back and forth. Looked like the little Muslim boys reading the Quran.
yeah,
But in that effort to race to get on those records, and I guess he chose whatever was the best of whoever fit on those records.
yeah,
And like you speak, phenomenally, 24 records 1 year, 57 records. You know what I mean? 57 records in a
yeah,
5 year span. So that give you the imaginary basis of what type of guy this was. Everybody else would go home in the middle of the night and Peter catch a red eye and be in California the next morning, turn in the next record. Or video, lights, cameras, action, the shows, the tours. So just watching him work, his success, being able to go to a couple of houses that he owned, and
yeah,
saw the benefits of it. So that was a dream come true for me, as far as my rap dream, and one day making a living off of it. He was like in one sense, the Sosa to me on Scarface. You see what I'm
yeah,
saying? That's all a
yeah,
man could ask for. So what other life would you choose? You know what I mean? You get to
yeah.
do what you want to do, say what you want to say, and make a grand living off of it. Yeah, it was a dream come true. And I believe I speak for everybody when I say that. Walking into that world and with his thumbprint on it and giving us access, man. So here again, yeah, that part.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I think that's incredible. I also think that one of the things that you mentioned as you were describing that piece was, having everybody make sure everybody's working and moving and going towards a certain goal. I think
Yeah.
P's mind state at the time in his late 90s was, world domination. And brother was putting out tapes like, man, I remember buying the CDs, Bleed, man. Like every other week, it's like a damn No Limit CD was coming out, and I was buying them. Like, dang, man, like I couldn't keep up.
Not every week, man. If not every week, like you say, every other week.
Shit, it was
That was
damn near close. Not every week, but it was
uh,
goddamn close, but
oh,
it was goddamn close, boy.
man.
I tell you, man. But all right, Bleed. Two more questions. Another one I have is Beats by the Pound. Talk about your relationship with the Beats by the Pound and that production, the sound of No Limit. How would you describe the sound of Beats by the Pound when it came
Well,
to that signature sound of No Limit?
well, first and foremost, they all my brothers single handedly. Then they formed the Mighty Voltron when you're talking Beats by the Pound, when you're
Yeah,
talking KL, Moby Dick, Dale, Craig B, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Individually, we all had good, and still have good repertoire with each other. But working with them incredibly, I done worked with them individually, so I know what KL do, I know what Moby do, and so on. Craig B and the other guy.
Yeah.
But just being able to really be a part and really not so much. It was kind of short-lived in that sense.
Yeah.
They produced maybe 3 or 4 tracks on My Balls and My Word, and we never had nothing really publicized after that. And
Okay.
within that gambit of records, one of the tracks was actually, rest in peace to Chad Pimp C Butler, was a Pimp C track.
Yes, sir.
So when the world looking at my record, he produced what's the name of the song? Bring the Noise on that. Pimp C produced that track.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, so More Money and Time So Hard, and maybe one other I may be missing. But I think those 3 records in particular, I got from Beats by the Pound. Everything else was Happy Perez, Concentration Camp. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he produced like about 85% or so of that record. Then at the last portion of it, we decided to add some Beats by the Pound production to it. So those were the 2 joints for sure. More Money, Time So Hard, which the video was included. Mm-hmm. And what I originally thought was a Beats by the Pound track was really Pimp C. So, but being around, me and Snoop did a record when Snoop first came down. That's an unreleased record. And I'm sure it's a few other records we may have done that got yet to be published. But but just every time, Massive, Monster, Out the Trunk Sound, man, they was known signature straight for that. You know what I mean?
They're straight like that, man. And they had the signature sound, and you could hear it throughout pretty much all the No Limit albums. Kind of had like that signature heavy bass, heavy 808s, and some you could tell it was a Beats by the Pound track if you were listening to it, man. So their signature, their footprint was all over No Limit, and I think P, that's kind of how a lot of big time labels were doing that, making production teams. You know what I'm saying? They picked out the best producers in their area at the time, put them together on a team, and and have them produce all the records. And it's nothing. I think it's a little bit different nowadays. You know what I'm saying? But during that time, that was a formula that worked during the '90s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, period.
Yeah, man.
And even still, some to this day, it's a lot of individual guys, but I'm a guy that link up. I do my own individual thing, but I link up with producers throughout the world. So you never know. You got your beat packs and your beat crews here, then you got the solo dolo guys, and I'm sure maybe they have an engineer too that helps them get it off the ground. But phenomenal sound, super clean, and bass friendly all day, man.
All day. You know how we do in the South, all day, man. Hell yeah. All right, Bleed, one last question, man. Then we're going to start closing things out. So when you think about Master P and his legacy, what's your favorite album of P in his catalog? Which one would you pull out right now and listen to and ride out to, if you could, out of his catalog?
I was trying to say this earlier when you was mentioning it's Ruckus. Where it starts for me is 99 Ways to Die.
Okay.
Yeah, my little brother Lucky Knuckles, man, of the concentration camp in Corleone family, he brought me P tape one day, the 99 Ways to Die. And that's when I focused in on P and paid attention to him with no thought that we'll meet in the near future and start working together. I knew I started learning about his evolution from California back into the South, the South to Cali and back. Right. So, just being a rap or music connoisseur, I do the documentaries and all that, whatever I could start study and learn about any artist that I'm interested in. No doubt. I started to do my homework and research. And from 99 Ways to Die, I just saw him bubble up until, eventually he made his way to us and we bubbled up together from that, man. So, yeah, that would have to be. And I dig everything else of the past, but I go back to just like any other, especially rap or any other artist. I like to start at the beginning and take that journey with you. So for me, 99 Ways to Die was my favorite in the beginning, P-Rock.
That's what's up, man. And if I remember correctly, man, Bleed got me on the spot. I think 99 Ways to Die came out in 93.
Yeah, somewhere like that.
I think it's about 93, 94. But it was one of his early tapes. That was when he was telling the tapes out the trunk of his car, man.
The ghetto trying to kill, man. All that.
Yeah, man. Like, Man, but that's crazy. But Bleed, thank you so much, my brother. Like, in all seriousness, thank you for spending time this afternoon, hanging out with me and sharing your knowledge and sharing your stories with our fans. I'm so excited to have you on board and paying homage to the one and only Percy Miller, aka Master P. But what we've been doing, Bleed, is for season 3, we've been paying homage to George Floyd, in the memory of George Floyd and all those that we have lost due to social injustice. So if you could join me, Bleed, in an 8-second moment of silence, and then we'll go into the shout out portion here. Just 1 second.
Yeah.
Amen. Let that man's soul continue to rest in peace.
Absolutely.
And to all the other ones that we have lost due to social injustice. So, Young Bleed, the floor is yours, sir. Who are your shout outs going to this week, man?
First of all, I want to give a shout out to George Floyd, rest in peace, and his family. Sure. I had the honor and the privilege of meeting his brother PJ, which is a good friend of my cousin Silka Slim that runs the Stop the Killing campaign out there in Baton Rouge, East and H-Town with their family. So shouts out to the whole George Floyd family, man. Y'all keep y'all heads up, and everybody else that's been politically incorrect, done something, real. I'm trying to say the reverse word. Did real social injustice.
Just tell her how I feel, brother. Tell her how I feel. Shit.
A lot come to mind, man. I had the honor to go out and to Milwaukee, man, a few months back, and did the protest march for Jacob Blake. So you know what I mean. I wish him a quick recovery.
Absolutely.
In that sense, it's so much when you mention that. But just anybody, man, we can go back to Trayvon, before Trayvon, and so on and so forth. So my heart and prayers go out to everybody that's suffering in that sense and had to have the endurance. I had to endure that more route. I'm gonna say it like
absolutely.
that.
Yes, sir.
Shouts out to the world, man, the Carleone family.
Word.
The whole Trap Entertainment, man. Shouts out to y'all.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
You know what I mean? Back to the origins, man. So it's 360 degrees with me. I appreciate y'all for having me again, family. Much love, respect, and continue to be God blessed. You hear me?
Hey, no doubt, Bleed. And thank you so much, brother. My shout out is short. My first shout out goes to you, Trapdoor Entertainment. We can hopefully have a partnership down the road. If anybody want to come on and come hang out with me on the podcast, my door is open to you, my brother. And so I'm so blessed to have you. Shout out to my boy Chris, CWK. If he's listening and watching, shout out to CWK. For putting this all together, man. He does all the stuff behind the scenes for us. Had a conversation with CWK on Sunday. The brother was snowed in Denver, man. I said, damn, bro, that's a problem I do not want to have, dog.
Weird weather, man. Unpredictable, truly unpredictable weather in Denver, man.
I can't, Bleed, I can't, man. I can't do it. But shout out to Chris, man. Much love to Chris for real. That's my guy. And shout out to Master P and No Limit, what they've done for hip hop culture. The memory lives on. And my last shout out, of course, goes to my family and the Queen Jess, my wife, who does everything for me in the background. Bleed, I tell you, I cannot do anything without her, man. Like
man, that's all backbones, man. You gotta have one, man. You can't.
Gotta have a rock, man. Gotta have that rock to keep you grounded, man. You know what I'm saying? So she saw the business acumen of this venture. I did not. I'm doing it for the love of the game, and she saw the business side. So we'll see where it goes. But thank you, Bleed, for spending time with us. Next week,
let me say
guys,
this before we get out of here.
No, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, free C Murder, man.
Word.
Free Mac. I heard Mac probably coming home soon, and they working on C case, and free BG, man, for the record. I had to say that. Absolutely. Hope them brothers get home safe, man, and soon. And absolutely, to your point, yes, absolutely. Free C Murder, free everybody, man. I hope that this social injustice can criminal reform rather can get a little bit better here in the United States, man. So we'll hopefully have them brothers come home real soon, man. No doubt. Absolutely.
No question. All right, you guys, next week we got the Roots crew going to Philadelphia next week for the Roots crew, talking about the Roots. But that's all we have for this week. So shout out to all of our followers, supporters, and fans. And of course, and as always, shout out to hip hop music, hip hop culture. All right, y'all be easy, stay safe. 100. Peace.